So if you guys followed my last video, you know I'm interested in kind of making games for Android that, uses very cheap textures that are easy to use. So I showed you something, and actually I came up with an even faster and easier and cheaper way to create textures than my friend had showed me, that my friend Robert had showed me. I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Um, in the other video, I had talked to you about using Blender and Substance Painter and things like that. Actually, it's even now less, and I'll show you what I mean. So right now, if you play my game, um, first of all, I decided to use um, this very simple city. So I downloaded this. This is free. This is pretty easy to find, and then I found a way to use this because in my game you're gonna be going around and there's gonna be storefronts. So do you see that? This is a storefront which is fake, as you can see, and when you go close to it you see it's fake. So how did I do this? It's very simple. I'll show you. So I'll stop this again, right? So this is the text. So what is this? This is first, it's using a plane which I created very simply in Blender that I showed you before. It's just a plane. Um, and I can, wherever I go, it's just a plane. So the thing is that this is where the magic is, right? Starting strength, and this is what a gym, right? It's just that I found this gym in I didn't even use Google Maps. I just went to look for storefronts, and I found a gym storefront in just Google, and that's the storefront here. You see that? This is it. That's this, that's just the JPEG, right? So there's nothing to that. And then I created a material, call that material gym, right? That's the material. Now, I had shown you in other video how I did this with Robert's approach, but I actually simplified Robert's approach. And in Robert's approach, I was gonna use Substance Painter, and I used Substance Painter, and I would go and bring the substance, export things from Substance Painter, and then bring the material created in Substance Painter to inside Unreal Engine. But I don't really need that, and you need Substance Painter if you need more than this base material. And as you see, this texture sample is nothing but this base material. This gem that I just showed you is the texture sample, right? So that's simple enough. Now, as Robert told me, you would want to use Substance Painter if you want to, let's say, if you are going to use this guy, right? If you were going to use this guy, but maybe you wanted to put some snow there or some dirt or whatever, then you would use Substance Painter. But I'm not doing anything fancy like that. I'm just bringing this thing, this storefront, to my game. So the way I did that, again, we go back to my material. And so the material gym. So that's just this gym thing. I brought it here, right? Texture sample. And then here is a bit of a trick because sometimes when you bring this, it doesn't bring you the good orientation. And then I did this thing. This is a very simple thing. It's using it's using custom rotator and text coordinate, which is just texture coordinate is 0, and then custom rotator is at 75. Because if I don't put this, as you see the way it's showing right now, right? It's not the right orientation. Because I'm not using Substance Painter, so all I needed to do is just bring in this base material, connect it to the base color, right? And then I'm bringing this custom rotator. This is just a constant 0.75 that works perfectly. And then I need to have this UV thing, that texture chord, and it's that 0. That's all. And so that's all you need to do to create the substance, right? So I'm gonna show you something that I haven't done, right? So I have in my game, I have a gym, but I have other things. As you can see here, I have different laundry marts, because laundry mart is one of the things that I'm gonna have in my town. That was the gym, as you saw. I used this one, and then this is here. So this is one of the choices. This is another choice, another choice, another choice. Okay, let's say I want to use this. Okay, so watch this. So simply, that's the texture, right? That's the texture. That's the JPEG that I just brought in Unreal. So I have a material. I call it gym. I'm gonna create another simple material. I'm gonna call it laundry or whatever. So I'm just gonna duplicate this and maybe call it, and I'm sure you can just do this with material instance and everything, but I don't really need that. So laundry, right? So I'm just in laundry, because I just like to do things quick and not really bother. I already have everything set up, as I told you. There's this thing and this thing and this thing that I talked about. So I'm just gonna bring in from my content browser, I'm just gonna bring in this guy, right, and drop it here. And then I'm gonna move these from this connector to that, and then remove this guy, right? And I'm just gonna apply this, right? That's gonna be my laundry material. So I just created it, right? So now this thing, it's a plane. I called it my name plane to make it easy. So let's see. So this is the material. I'm gonna just make another. I'm gonna duplicate this, right? So let's just call it laundry or something, right? So laundry, I'm gonna put this in my game, and I need to rotate it, right? Okay, and I need to rotate it yellow, actually green, right? Because it's green. So rotate green. So I will say, let's say 90 degrees. There you go, right? And then I'm gonna rotate my camera, and I'm gonna move this up. Okay. Now I'm gonna simply put my material from my material here, textures, and I'm gonna bring the material from this laundry, right? I'm gonna just drop it here. Okay. Now you see what happened. I'm actually glad this happened, because it's not the right orientation. So what we need to do is go back to the material and play with that. We go to laundry, okay? So 0.075 apparently is not right. What is if it is 0, right? Apply it. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's working now. It's 0.75 as it was before, but it's working now. I don't know why. But when you apply, you also have to save. Okay. So then let's see where we want to put this, because this is a storefront, right, that I'm gonna use in this town. So I'm gonna look for where's the best place to put this storefront. Okay, now I noticed something, that this is not a good choice, because guess what? This has this awning on top, and it's a 2D image, it's not a 3D image. Therefore, that doesn't work. I'm gonna change that to something that it's not, doesn't need it to be 3D, it can be 2D. I mean, one thing that can be done is that I can remove this awning and kind of cover it, and that may be something that I would end up doing, because let's look at this. We have this thing which is not very good, and this thing, this is really cool. So my choice is this. Let's see if we can bring this. Okay, so I brought this, as you can see here. So I'm gonna go and work on the material. So yes, it's inside Unreal. I'm gonna work on the material laundry. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in this thing, this new one here. Okay, so I'm just gonna basically replace this texture with this, right? So grab it from here, and then from here. Let's just apply. And save. Let's see what we have. Oh, that is pretty good. So what happens if I play? Yeah, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. So now, of course, it's not the right size and everything. So now we're gonna find where to put this guy. So I think here is good, right? So I'm gonna move this here, and then I'm gonna rotate it. It's the blue thing, right? I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. There you have it. Okay, so now I'm gonna see if I can put this here, right? Replace all of this stuff with. So I don't need any of these. I don't need this chair. I'm going to remove this chair. This I'm going to remove. This I'm going to remove, right? And then bring in laundry. And move it forward here, right? So as you see, of course, it's too small. So I think this would take, so let's take a look at this. This is, I went to 3.2 size. as you can see, 3.2. So probably it could be that this has to be 3.2 size 2. So I'm gonna go 3.2. Okay, that could be probably too big, as you can see. Now look something. This is not. So these are different. So like that one was the gym, but this is more kind of tall and less long. So we need to change the dimensions. So we're gonna make it so that we don't want it to be scaled uniformly. It's more like this, right? And it's not. It's gonna be much thinner, like that, like this, like that. It's too tall now. Okay. See how much better that looks? Okay, so now we need to see if we can put this in the seamlessly put this somewhere. So yeah, that seems to work. Something like that, right? Now that thing can't be there, right? This needs to go. But look at that. That doesn't look too bad. So I'm gonna play. Look at that. Again, that looks pretty good. You know, you go to the laundry, and so that's pretty good. Came out pretty well. And there you have it. So, you know, you saw, now you see that there is a problem here. These things need to be flush. So I need to fix that. But other than that, there you have it. Anyways, I will do other videos and describe other things, how to do things. And as you see, maybe this laundry mart would not work either because it also has an awning that I didn't pay attention to. But until next video, I will see you later.